We're multiple months into this whole pandemic thing. A lot of businesses are learning to embrace remote work, but let's be honest, it's a learning process. One of the biggest challenges we've observed from business owners is dealing with the feeling of losing control. And this is completely understandable. Managers are used to being in the same room as their employees, giving them a visual confirmation that they're at work. Of course, working is so much more than physical presence, but you can see how after years and maybe even decades that this presence would develop a mental reflex that presence equates working. Without this visual cue, managers who haven't developed other metrics of work feel lost in this new remote work reality. So, how do you develop this feeling of presence when physical presence isn't an option? Here are some ideas. Develop communication rituals. Developing communication rituals within your organization can mimic regular interactions that you would usually have at the office and give you a feeling of camaraderie that everyone's here and working towards the same goals. Our team uses Slack to communicate, and one ritual that we've implemented during this time of pandemic has been to write hi in the morning when you start your workday and bye when you end it. This is exactly what you would say when entering the office, so we're just moving this practice into the digital space. This gives you the feeling that we're all arriving at work, we're all doing our work, and reduces that feeling of loneliness or uncertainty that might arise if you didn't have this interaction. Other communication rituals could be a weekly all-hands call where the week's priorities are discussed. In an interview we had a few weeks ago with Jimmy Daly from the Animals Agency, I'll link it below, he shared that they have regular water cooler talks where they're automatically paired with someone else in the company and you just talk about anything for 15 minutes. This is a great way to develop a personal relationship with other people who are working remotely. Communication rituals can come in many different forms, so find a few that work best for your company and give them a try. Learn to measure employee output. One of the biggest reasons why monitoring remote employees becomes an issue is because businesses haven't learned to quantify employee output. Instead, they measure work by hours put in. I don't have to tell you that hours sitting at your desk doesn't necessarily equal work done. You can be at your computer or in the office and still be super unproductive. Am I right? That's why it's a good idea in general, and especially when working remotely, to learn to quantify work, to shift the focus to work done rather than hours put in. Of course, this isn't always possible with all professions, but in most cases you can find some sort of metric. For programmers, that could be amount of bugs fixed, launched pages, etc. For marketing, it could be amount of ads launched, marketing campaigns analyzed, and more. This way, your team also becomes more motivated to get things done rather than just putting in the hours. Use time tracking. One solid safety net that you can implement is to use time tracking software, like Desktime. Desktime gives you an overview of employees, their time at work, their productive time, projects they've been working on, and more. It also gives the employees an overview of each other's performance, thereby bringing transparency and accountability to the organization. For managers who feel the need to see with their eyes who's at work, they can simply open their Employees tab and see who's at the computer and what they're working on, and it can give you that peace of mind that you're looking for. That being said, it's important to note that this shouldn't be abused. I suggest communicating to your team that the tool is meant to provide a bigger picture of the company and is not intended for micromanaging. Each employee also has full access to their own account, so they can use that data to learn about their own computer habits and make more informed decisions about how they spend their time. And only in situations when an employee is struggling and they're putting up red flags will their data be taken a look at. Trust is important, so make sure to use these tools wisely. So those are 3 ideas to manage remote employees. I hope you find them helpful. For more videos on time management and productivity, subscribe to the channel. We have a new video each week. See you next time. Bye.